Boom. What's up, you guys? It's Jacob, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about NovoNordisk and how this company isn't only changing the lives of its patients, but it's also making some life-changing gains for its investors. And we're here to primarily talk about the stock today. Okay, so to kick it off, NovoNordisk had a massive day. It actually reached a new 52-week high with the 17% pop it saw, and a new all-time high as well. So we'll be discussing the stock, of course. We'll be taking a look at the charts, jump into TradingView. I'll talk to you guys about technicals and some price targets that I'm currently eyeballing, and really why NovoNordisk has probably one of the most bullish possible setups that a chart can have. But as always, we need to quickly discuss what the company does. So I do want to jump into their website and talk about some of the medicines that they offer, and really just from a bird's eye view, what this company does. Once again, I always encourage you guys to go do more digging into the company itself if you want to be an investor. But I'm a trader. This is what we do here on the channel. And really the priority today is going to be the stock, along with this piece of breaking news that really led it to pop big today. Okay, so that said, that's a breakdown of the video. But first, there is a little bit of celebration in order. I'm sure you can see my phone that I have mirrored right here. This is the Robinhood account. If it focuses, you can do. I'm just gonna do a little swipey. It's not focusing. That's not right, too bright. But that's my phone right here that I have mirrored. It was a massive day for Waves Capital. Just a little disclaimer right off the bat. My Robinhood account is about 10 to 15, give or take a few percent at any given time, 10 to 15% of my overall options portfolio. I have the majority in TD Ameritrade because I believe it's a safer platform, but I do like Robinhood's UI, and I do think it looks better for occasions exactly like this. Okay, so it was a massive day in the portfolio. For full transparency, NovoNordisk was just under 20% of my total options portfolio going into today, and some of my contracts were up hundreds and hundreds of percents. Okay, so you're looking at multiples on your money in a single day, and that's the beauty of what a well-diversified portfolio can get you. That's what the beauty of, I guess we can just close this out. We don't really need that anymore. Just wanted to show you guys it was a great day, and really use that as a segue into an invitation for you to join Waves Capital. Join the Waves. The portfolio was on fire this morning, as you just saw. NovoNordisk was the primary driver, but there are, I think right now, close to 20 open options contracts, options positions that I have available. And honestly, this morning, with all the profits I took from NovoNordisk, although I still have a massive position, a relatively large position in the company myself, it was good fun redeploying all of that capital this morning. So if you guys have been riding the waves with me, if you guys are already part of Waves Capital, cheers to you. The gains are deserved. As you can see here, I like to believe that good things happen to good people. And, today was a great testament to that, because I do really believe, especially the more and more I get to know you guys, I do believe you're good people. So all that to say, again, if you do want to join the waves, if you do want to ride the waves with me, if you want to join Waves Capital, it's the first link in the description below. My complete portfolio and daily newsletter. This doesn't only include a complete breakdown of my personal portfolio, every single options position I have, and of course I do update that every single trading day with the trades that I've made. It comes with the daily newsletters, which is this right here. Below this, I have a full breakdown of my entire portfolio, and again, I just rationalize the trades I made and let you guys know why I'm doing what I'm doing. I never want you to directly copy what I'm doing. That is, I do advise against that, but I do want you to learn from my successes, learn from my failures, and adapt what you've learned into your own personal strategy. Okay, so that's that, you guys. As always, if you are part of Waves Capital already, and you've been having a good experience or a bad experience, regardless of what your experience has been, if you'd share that experience in the comments below, and just let prospective members know your thoughts on the waves. So cheers to the day, you guys. Cheers to more to come. Let's dive in to the NovoNordisk. Big news. NovoNordisk shares pop after key trial data shows Wegovy cuts risk of heart attack or stroke by 20%. So we'll just read over the key points, you guys. I don't think there's much of a need to read over go over the intricacies of this trial. But once again, if you want to dig deeper, feel free to Google around. Key points: the results of the closely watched SELECT trial, which exceeded analyst expectations, were seen as a major boost for the firm's hopes of moving beyond Wegovy's image as a vanity drug. Shares of NovoNordisk ended the session up over 17%. Martin Holz-Lang, executive vice, my apologies if I pronounced that wrong, to any of you Nordics, executive vice president for development at NovoNordisk, said that the results showed that its obesity drug, quote, has the potential to change how obesity is regarded and treated. So this is huge, guys. Again, I did look, I'm not a biologist. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a pharmaceutical phenom by any means. But from what I could comprehend in looking over the results of this trial and what the trial entailed, I do think that the 70% pop, 2 new all-time highs, even a little cherry on top in after-hours trading, was warranted by the magnitude of what this trial really proved, and really speaks to the potential of this company moving forward. Okay, and again, evidently many investors, analysts, probably a lot of big money entered the stock today. It's pretty rare you get a move like this in a company that's worth, what's the market cap on this guy right now? Market cap of 325 bill. It's pretty rare to see a move like this without large institutional players getting involved. So that's a good sign. You always want the whales on your side, right? So before we jump into the charts, let you guys know why we're looking so bullish right now. Let's read over this. Okay, so NovoNordisk. I like the interface of this page. What we do: discovering, developing, and delivering. Again, you guys go to their investors tab. But just on a side note, not going to look at like their S1s and prior earnings reports today, but they're obviously scaling at a massive pace. That's why the stock is looking like this. It's the price action over time, this long-term price action, dating back, all the way back to 2021 here on the charts at least. This is warranted given the progression they're seeing in their earnings reports and just in their revenue. Okay, so yeah, you can see that right here. Anyway, what we do. For more than 100 years, we've been translating the unmet medical needs of people living with a serious chronic disease into innovative medicines and delivery systems like our insulin pens. Our treatments today are benefiting millions of people living with diabetes, obesity, and rare blood and endocrine diseases. Okay, so the singular drug that got me interested in NovoNordisk and WeightWatchers as well, if you guys have been following that journey. WeightWatchers been on a roller coaster this past week, but today did see a nice bounce. Maybe another video on that later. Definitely covered in the newsletter every day. But NovoNordisk is the creator of Ozempic. Okay, I don't personally take Ozempic, but I do know a lot of people in my life that have taken Ozempic and that are very interested in taking Ozempic. Okay, anecdotally speaking, like boots on the ground, just what I hear around me, what I see around me, which is typically my personal primary indicator when I make trades, and thankfully I've been pretty successful at it. Just looking around, Ozempic is hot, right? Ozempic is helping make people hot. People like being hot. So Ozempic is the drug that got me interested in NovoNordisk. Wegovy is a similar drug. I don't want to speak to the science involved in the similarity of these drugs, but NovoNordisk is the creator and developer of Wegovy and Ozempic. These two drugs are probably going to be some of the most successful drugs ever created. I think some of the most successful prescription, not just vanity, but prescriptive drugs ever created in history. That's my opinion. And that's really why I jumped on this bandwagon, and why, as you saw in the portfolio earlier, many investors are starting to feel the same. So technically speaking, we are now in macro breakout mode. The reason for that, as you can see here, NVO closed the day up at almost $190. That is well above the line of long-term resistance here that's been in place since August of 2021. Touch point here, confirming that, or creating the line of resistance right here, the high we saw back in April of this year, confirming that line of resistance by being rejected from it. Today, we've closed above that. That signifies a long-term breakout or a macro breakout. And this is especially bullish considering the volume we're seeing. Okay, this volume, what do we see? What do we see today in volume? Always love to see the strong buy right there. The trading view technical indicators. It's always the cherry on top for me. What the heck was I looking for? Sorry, you guys. Volume. Where the heck is the volume? Volume. Okay, right there. Just spazzed out. Volume today was at 9 million shares traded versus an average of 2 million shares traded. So you're looking at like over 4x average volume, which is great. And that's what you want, especially because now that we're in technical breakout mode and the fundamentals are so clearly in favor of the bulls, you want to see that volume. You want eyeballs on the stock. And I was thinking about titling this video like the next Moderna or something and showing you guys what Moderna could do. I guess just for fun, right after this, we'll look at Moderna just to see, as far as price ranges are concerned, what they're capable of doing when things get crazy, with a few caveats given the macro. But from here, now that we're in technical breakout mode, I do think that we will easily test this line of medium-term resistance right here, this cyan or blue line. That's been in place since December of 2022. And that would take us, let's say, I mean, they have earnings tomorrow on the 9th. If you're watching this at a later date, that's okay, because this will still hold true. And again, we'll take a look at Moderna to potentially talk hype cycle targets. But right now, if we do reach this over the next couple of days, by the 21st of August, is where the cursor landed, that would take us up another 10%. Okay, so personally, I will look to take profits from my new call positions there, call options positions. But again, you guys, this company has so much ahead of it. At this technical setup is bullish. The fundamental setup is hyper bullish as well. So, cheers once again if you got in with me. Cheers to all of you riding with me, and cheers to you guys who, again, want to join. First link in the description to join Waves Capital for real. See you guys in there. Let's close it out with Moderna real quick. Just take a look at what this company is, what is possible, I should say, for a large pharmaceutical company when things get crazy. So again, remember what happened here with Moderna. This was probably one of the stocks that initially popped off my channel, I think, back in 2020. It was crazy. But we are capable of going so far, you guys, right? I didn't want to go from the base over here from when we started talking about Moderna, but I did want to talk about how far we could climb from, the point of where Moderna broke out of this ascending triangle pattern and really started to go parabolic, really entered that hype phase. So a few caveats. One, during this time, obviously COVID was peaking, right? This was probably the most speculative play on the planet. Luckily, I got in early. I think I got in around like $30-$40 when I first started talking about it on the channel. But the Fed was printing cash. Everyone was at home. Everyone was excited about the markets. And Moderna was a byproduct of pretty much the perfect storm for a stock to go parabolic, okay? So that isn't necessarily the case right now with NovoNordisk. Again, interest rates are high. The Fed is still cutting rates. Hopefully they're done. But regardless, the macro backdrop is completely different than it was back in 2021. I don't think we will see the parabolic rise that NovoNordisk saw, or that Moderna saw, I'm sorry. But I do think it's possible for NovoNordisk to break, see at least another 15% up from here after this pop. Maybe it takes a couple of months. But hey, that's okay. I'm in it for the ride, and I'm positioned for more upside. And I'm excited to see what happens to their earnings report tomorrow. Okay, so we'll call the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments down below if you were invested in NovoNordisk prior to that pop today. Again, if so, congratulations. And Waves Capital, I'll see you soon. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace, team.